Reds 0-1 a night. United battered Bilbao 4-1 at the Theater of Dreams. 7-1 on aggregate, with Mason Money Mount bagging a swaggering brace to silence every doubter in one go. Manchester United are headed to the Europa League final, sir. How we feeling? How we doing?
Mason Money Mount, he's back, sir. I've been having this number 7 kit. We're cashing it in after 2 years. What a player. I mean, that first goal, what a move, what a flick. Good to see him healthy. Also a mod. I mean, I really think the subs shined when United really piled it on. Nervy early, obviously, Bilbao getting the goal, but we held. We held to halftime, and we got our real players on. They put in a real shift, and I'm confident going into the final, assuming we can get these critical players healthy.
We can keep them healthy. That's most important. Players are finding form exactly at the right time. We have players competing for spots, which is always a good thing. Everyone's going to be thinking about that final on the 21st of May in Bilbao. And like you said, subs changed the game. We came out, United looked nervous, super nervy. The occasion, I think, weighed heavy on them. Bilbao looking to make an upset. They know this team has a tendency to fold. They get that bangarang goal, and all of a sudden, everybody in Old Trafford gets nervous. But the subs, like you said, changed everything. Mount, Ahmad, even Luke Shaw had a huge impact. Bruno dropping deeper, like you and I wanted to see from the beginning. All of a sudden, United are a different team. But, hey, feeling good, sir. On to a final. Can we do it? Well, what did Ruben Amorim say? It doesn't matter if you don't win it. Doesn't mean nothing. That's the mentality we need.
Gotta win trophy. Gotta win that trophy. Gotta get Champions League football. It's like Highway Robbery FC. Worst season ever. Still get Champions League. Pissing everybody off. Wenger's coming out of the woodwork saying we don't deserve to get Champions League. I mean, I just love to see all the Arsenal tears out there lately.
Way do we win it? Let's break in. Let's get into this game, sir. 4-1, Manchester United versus Athletic Club. Let's get into that starting 11. Ruben Amorim, he opted for the same 11 as the leg one tie in Bilbao. Let's get into it. Onana in net. Back three of Lindelof, Magoo, and Lenny Euro. Maz was your right wing back. Dogu was your left wing back. Two holders were Ugarte and Casemiro. Garnacho, Fernandes, Højlund up front. What were your thoughts when you saw the same 11 from the match last week?
We discussed on the preview pod the Ugarte Casemiro midfield made me a little nervous. I said you could put Mount as number 10, drop Bruno deeper just because we need somebody to be able to work the midfield. And obviously Bruno, there's nobody does it better than the captain of Manchester United. So, but I actually in my gut knew that Amorim would stick with the same 11. So I wasn't surprised to see it, just a little nervy about bad giveaways from Ugarte or Casemiro early in the match. And we did struggle to play it out the back.
We did struggle to play out the back, like you said. I think he opted for what he thinks is the more secure holding midfield pair, but it doesn't allow the team to kind of switch from the back three up into the front of the pitch. So let's get into that game. United came out super nervous, passive on and off the ball. The passing was just sloppy. 6 minutes, the ball fell to one of the Bilbao players in the box, but he sliced over a lot of bodies in his way. In the 16th minute, Bruno played Garnacho in on goal, but his touch lets him down a little bit. And then in the 23rd minute, Dogu gets dragged down in the box. No penalty given. I think we got our luck in the first tie. Have seen these given before, but United were able to get them on the break. So they were pushing forward, managing possession, but we were dangerous.
So like we thought, Garnacho was going to be route one when we could get it out. Bilbao pressing high, obviously, in 83 goals. And Garnacho has to do better. We've seen too many of this. Like, how about rounding the keeper? The whole like chip shot over the shoulder isn't working for him. And look, he's young. He'll figure it out. But he's got the pace to kind of round the keeper. This one has to be a goal. That has to be a goal. If you look at how it was set up, playing out the back, we struggled. I think between Onana, Harry Maguire, and Lindelof, we kicked the ball out of bounds like 4 times, like in our own half, which is not a good sign. It was shaky in the build-up play, but kind of out of nowhere in the 31st minute, Bilbao would get their goal.
And what a goal it was! Like you said, 31st minute, bangarang. Here we go.
Jallo. Oh, it's a beautiful goal! Jari Giza with a strike that could
absolute banger from outside the box. Not much Onana could do. This point, starting to get nervous, sir. Seen this movie before. Not what you want, type of goal that you would think they needed to kind of get them motivated, but they get their goal, and it's a nice one.
Look, they didn't really have the teeth in attack. They're missing their 3 best players. This one was kind of something from nothing, but I wasn't too worried about Bilbao. It felt like they kind of just didn't have their best attack, obviously, and you could feel it.
No, I think the absence of the Williams brothers and their other Sunset, their top scorer, like I think given how nervy we started, if they were there, this could have been a real problem for Manchester United. The big
Oh
chance,
my God, yes.
like
The pressure we felt with the Williams brothers when we were full 11 in Bilbao was immense. And then I don't think they had it today at all. Even in the first half, even with this goal, it would take like an Onana error to really like gift them something. Obviously, the ball was pinging around, but I did feel that their attack was neutered.
no, a lot more toothless than they were. They put us under a little pressure, but a lot of that was once again self-inflicted. The big chance, I think, was the 43rd minute. Garnacho played very well in through by Dogu. Should do better. This is the one really where he should have round the keeper. But Garnacho getting into those dangerous positions, but sometimes just not finding the net. But, that's what you expect from a young lad. United go in, halftime, 1-0 down. What do you think old Ruben Amorim's telling the lads?
It was going to be more of the same coming out in the second half. He's obviously going to just grill Garnacho for not finishing off Bilbao. The question is like, we don't have the quality in attack, at least in the starting 11. And when you get Garnacho through, he has to do better. I mean, like, people are killing the kid. For me, something I have to highlight was the fact that the Hoyland hold-up play is like, I saw the ball bounce off Hoyland and then turn right into a Bilbao attack, like I want to say 3 or 4 times. We weren't getting any hold-up from Hoyland, and that increases the pressure, right? When you're trying to boot it up, you want your striker to kind of be able to pin it down or make a pass. But I felt like we were like a washing machine in our own half, aside from those Garnacho chases.
And he was much better in the second half than the first. I agree. He was like a mess in the first, but they're both young lads. We should both be easy on. They're Manchester United players, and they're going to a final. Second half, Bilbao, as you would expect, came out all over United. They were swarming us. They were trying to get something going. And really nothing was doing until the subs happened. And those subs were big ones. I think Ruben spotted it early. They went out to warm up at halftime. Shaw, Mount, and Ahmad came on for Maz, Garnacho, and Ugarte. Garnacho wasn't happy, but you like to see that.
That was great.
That's a good thing.
This changed the game, and honestly, like Ugarte, not a great game in the first half.
Nope.
Similar to like what we saw when we were playing against the full strength Bilbao away. Maz hasn't looked himself for the last couple of games, and then we saw Ahmad, Shaw, and Mount come on and change the game for Manchester United. Also, the tactical adjustment of like Lenny Euro getting involved, pushing forward, I thought made a huge difference.
No, United played some really good football. It's something to get excited about. That like, hey, maybe this is the 11 closer to it for that final. Bilbao did have a really good chance, like kind of a looping header that Onana looked pretty confident of, but it went just wide. I couldn't believe he didn't put a hand to it because he could have. But the 72nd minute, Mason Mount, he had his moment. Good for him. He's had a hard run at Manchester United, but he gets his first goal at Old Trafford, and it's a big one.
Euro. Brilliant play by Mount. Beautiful goal. Wonderful goal. And a mixture of elation and relief for Manchester United.
So that is a Manchester United number 7 goal. What a goal from Mason Mount. Nice finish. Great. I love that turn. Makeda-esque against Aston Villa. Just like great touch, great goal. Fucking let's go. Roll on, United.
Look, hey, controversial signing cost us a lot of money. Look, I think we overpaid for Mason Mount, paying 60 million. He's probably worth 40 or maybe 35. He's had a rough run, but there is a serious player in Mason Mount, and it's a shame we haven't seen him. Like, he has had the worst record coming back, getting injured right away. He has this in his locker, and this is a level of talent in attack we have not seen all year. Somebody with just a filthy touch in the box with a blind finish, just like curling it. You could watch this goal over and over. It gets better with age, so it's like a fine wine. This type of talent, we've seen it just bungle in off of Hoyland's feet. We've seen Garnacho just whiff wide, and now we're seeing a true player. And this is something about this goal. This is a big, big goal for a big player. And he's a big game player, right? Scoring Champions League final. And for him to ice Bilbao with this finish was huge. You could tell Old Trafford, the pressure's off. Like, this is a huge goal. This is a huge goal to score for United. And what a way to do it.
And a worldie of a goal, right? Goal that gives the team confidence, a goal that gives the player confidence. And like you said, didn't really fit the profile, didn't make sense to sign Mason Mount really with Ten Hag, given what we had. But now with Ruben Amorim in the seat, he's a perfect number 10 to fit the system. So it's great to see him finding form.
Right, he presses like crazy
like
off
crazy.
He's been working his ass off trying to get in this team.
He has.
Like, this goal is what we should be seeing every weekend. Like this is a goal worthy of the shirt. Like, this is a player who's showing you when he comes on, he bleeds red. He's trying to get in this 11. He's trying to prove a point to Amber. Like, where is this in other places on this team? And like seeing it in the energy comes on as a sub. And this type of finish, you know, obviously is my boy. I'm biased, but Mason Mount, like, take a bow, son. Glad he could do it in front of the Old Trafford faithful.
I think it's a good omen for his future at Manchester United. That's the kind of goal that kickstarts a club career. Another player who I think is building up ahead of steam, headed into this final ageless, class act, Casemiro. They did have a good chance, 74th minute Bilbao, but they didn't take it. And then 79th minute, Cas iced it. Let's go, baby.
Casemiro could be useful in this situation. Towards him, Casemiro scores! The old warrior seals it once and for all.
The old warrior, sir. Talk about a player that when when Ruben came in, he looked done, but after the first couple of rough months, he was kind of pushed lower in the pitch, and he especially shined in these European ties. So Casemiro, the most dangerous player we have in the air with the ball. Good goal. Way to kill the game. You love to see it.
How many Champions Leagues he's won? He knows how to play in Europe. Casemiro's finally fit. He's ready to go. He's peaking at the right time, and he's not done in Europe yet.
No, he's not. I think he wants to win something he hasn't won before. He hasn't won a Europa League yet, so let's do that together. 81st minute, Manu and Amos came on for Casemiro and Lindelof. I like this. It was very smart. He pushed Shaw in, so he didn't have to play wing back, so he didn't have to run as much, and he didn't have to worry about him getting injured, and let Amos get a run out. And then Højlund, you could thank Ahmad. What a run from Ahmad, and it's good for the Dane to get a goal. Here we go. 85th minute.
This is Dorgu, Amad Diallo, and Højlund gets a goal. A goal that was simplicity itself.
What a run from Amad Diallo. What an impact he had. Obviously you can't not speak about Mount given the goals he scored today. But Ahmad just looks so dangerous. Just such a naturally talented footballer. Puts it on a plate for Højlund. He doesn't have to do much, but thankfully he's in the right place and didn't fall down, because that's happened this season. So, hey, everyone needs a goal. You get a goal. Let's go, baby.
Can't miss from there, sir. Good to get the Dane a goal. He needs it. Anything, right? You'll take anything when you're in a little bit of a drought, but let's hope Højlund can score a worldie in the final. And then, sir, Mason Mount showing his quality again to absolutely just like put the sword to Bilbao and get us to a final.
Let's put the sword to Spurs. Here we go. In the 91st minute, Mason Mount.
Mount will take this on, and he will finish it with an extraordinary flourish.
Tell you what, Ruben Amorim was pretty cold-lipped, pretty tight-lipped all day, stone-faced. Mason Mount scores this goal, reminiscent of the McTominay goal scored against City right before lockdown during the beginning of COVID. Maybe not quite as hard, but a great finish, catches the goalie out. And you know what? We need goals. We need goals in Europe. We love to see it.
This is a United goal. I mean, like this, another great, these are two worldy.
They are.
These are two really good. You look at the Højlund goal, you look at the Casemiro goal. These are kind of just like the rough shot, kind of don't have a striker, can't score type. Then you're seeing Mount just like this left foot beauty, just like a lot to do from where he gets it, and to slot it is incredible. I mean, and it's just, this is insane. What a player. Let's just get him in the final. He's got to start in the final. You got to have Ahmad at wing back.
You do.
Got to have Mountain there. There's an argument to say if Mountain is a super sub. There is an argument to say, hey, you're just going to be the super sub. You're going to come on in the 55th and you're going to do your thing because he's so good in this spot. Garnacho did score that goal against City, right? We were talking about Garnacho missing these chances, but Garnacho did get that goal in the FA Cup. It's going to be who starts in the final is going to be a huge question for Manchester United with Ahmad.
With Ahmad, with Garnacho. Does he play Ugarte? Does he
drop? Who played got a goal in the FA Cup final, so he's gonna be looking. It's gonna be interesting.
Kobe wants to be in. Everybody wants to start. I mean, that's what you want. Everybody fighting for spots. Great goal. And sir, you said like technique. Reminds me of another Manchester United Red. First Manchester United player to come off the bench in Europe and score 2 goals since David Beckham, and that had, not quite as hard as the Wimbledon goal he scored at halfway line, but it was a nice finish, great technique.
It reminded me of Wayne Rooney. Like those are Rooney goals. Like we would see Rooney score goals like all the time. Like
in the box,
that first one in the box, and then this is Rooney all day. Like I just felt like a Rooney vibe. Obviously, completely different players, but just kind of the types of goals he was scoring, the versatility in the box, outside the box. I just feel like, man, Mason Mount, get fit.
He also, I don't want to think this whole thing about Mason Mount, but he also has a bit of a hidden dog in him. We saw this one where he came in and he looked like he just wanted to get a yellow card. He's the only person in the entire squad who matches the same level of work rate as Bruno. Like Bruno was working so much harder than everybody else before he came on. And then those two looked like they were playing at a different speed. So both of them in the pitch at the same time. Be very interesting to see what Ruben does with subs. So that was all she wrote. 4-1 Manchester United against Athletic Bilbao. Stats were pretty tight. 11-11 shots. We had 5 on target to their 1. Let's get into Ruben Amorim, sir. Looking slick. Going to a final for Manchester United. Here we go. Pitch side.
Say that the United manager joins us now. Ruben, congratulations. You've taken Manchester United to a European final in your first season in charge here. How does it feel to have got the job done?
It's the least we can do for these fans, for all the support that they gave us in this tough season. But I'm stressed already because of the final. Because if you don't win it, in the end, it's nothing. So we are happy to be there. Let's see it.
You can hear that so many of these fans at Old Trafford have stayed behind to cheer you, to sing your name. I know you still find this a little bit uncomfortable, don't you?
Yeah, of course, because
they love you.
I know, but I can see that I should do being better manager at this moment. The team should be better at this moment, but we are trying, and I think we did quite well in Europe. We struggle a lot in Premier League, so let's see.
You were comfortable.
I'll tell you what, sir. I think I see the Portuguese in John. He's like, we should be better in the league. If we don't win, it means nothing. There's a moment where he says, if we don't win the final, it doesn't mean a thing. And that you can't say in this clip. And Scholes is just he loves the mentality, bro. He immediately starts smiling because that's what it takes.
If you lose to Spurs,
it's worse. It's like that's worse than Villarreal, bro. That's worse.
By the way,
Villarreal.
if you lost to Bilbao, it wouldn't matter. If you lose to Spurs, it does matter.
It matters.
But you know what I'm saying? It'll matter for years. It matters for banter.
Oh, for banter alone.
And
he goes, I'm nervous. He goes, now I'm nervous. I'm fucking nervous. We got a final to worry about.
I'm worried about there's some sort of Arsenal karma where we've been hammering Arsenal, and then they're gonna be cheering for us to beat Spurs, and if Spurs win, that's gonna Spurs are gonna get one over on Arsenal.
I think they're gonna root for.
I think we're in the ship with Arsenal.
I feel like they hate us more than Spurs because I know that that's their rival, but I feel like because of they're trying to.
Arsenal doesn't hate us more than Spurs. Spurs is their main rival. They're gonna root for us. And then I think that's bad juju that Arsenal fans might be pulling for United.
If this team can't beat Spurs, we don't deserve to win the Europa League. It's simple as that. We've gone through harder teams than they have. We're better than the league than they are. And if we can't beat fucking Spurs, then we don't deserve it. So let's get into the stats. Like you said, XG, we edged them slightly, but that's real. Let's get into the fan questions, sir. That's what we're here. Hear from the fans. They're happy today. At D_Cole, Euro was world class tonight. Him and Magoo, Dogu, Amos make me think our defense could be scary soon. Casemiro rolling back the clock. Mount and Bruno playing like Rolls Royce midfielders. Hoyland finally gets a goal, and thank God Ahmad. My God, what a player on the Spurs, and potentially a Champions League spot, sir.
Pinch me, I'm dreaming. Champions League football, highway robbery, baby.
Sorry, we've been living on a dream, bro.
No, bro, this is literally it's too good to be true. That's probably why it won't happen. Anything in life too good to be true, it's not real. This is too good to be true. So
let's just Take it one step at a time.
But the problem, sir, is we've been to a Europa League final.
Oh.
And I do remember, with Ole, I thought we were going to blow it just because Ole, he was just great guy, just soft coach, and Mourinho, I knew we were going to win it.
Yeah.
Even though Ajax was better, I just knew we were going to steal it. It's just like a mean win, frustrate him, like, Mkhitaryan, our midfield Armenian, just like kind of steal it from him. This one, I have no idea. We could lose 4. We could win 4. I have no idea. Like, to me, the biggest factor is if Ahmad can go 90, which I imagine he will be able to. It's almost like how we only have 2 games in between. How is Amorim going to get enough looks at, I'm just kind of worried that an 11 builds over time, and this starting 11 got us to the finals. Then how do you mess with that? Like, do you go same 11 and just sub the same way? But like Ahmad is just so electric, you have to play him. Spurs are going to come at you, so tactically you almost go the same 11. I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting question.
It's going to be a very interesting question above my pay grade, sir. All good question. I mean, you would think you want to start with a team that's closer to the team we finished with because we possessed the ball better and we were just so much more dangerous. But he might want to play safety first and just try to absorb pressure. But come on, they're missing a couple of their best players as is. Let's keep going with the fans. At Nathan Forster _ is the ARD kit purchase curse broken now? Mason Money Mount ? It is, because John bought a Mount kit, went to shit, and now he's having a resurgence. I bought a Bruno kit this year, and Bruno had his best year since his first year at United. So I think it's broken. If we win the final, it's broken. Let's win the final.
If we win the final, it's broken.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like that, sir. Because Europa League.
I got your Wild Weghorst kit coming.
I can't wait, bro. I'll wear that with pride. I'll wear that on the 21st at Mike United Mets. Say again.
Wild 27.
Sir, he'd score some goals on this side, I have no doubt. Which returning injured players do the Sirs think will start the final? Mount, Ahmad, Shaw, Manu. I think the surprise start will be Lindelof. Amorim seems to trust him. What do you think, John?
I think, Lindelof, I don't think you can play him in a final. He did not look great today. I think you got to get Shaw in there for Lindelof. And you have to play Ahmad. I think Mount and Manu will come on as subs.
I think you want to have subs in your arsenal. You want to have the ability to change the game late. And if you bench Højlund, he can't come on and affect the game.
I would like to bench Højlund. That's obviously the move. But Amorim plays it pretty close to the vest.
He's not going to bench Højlund.
That first half, Højlund gave you nothing. And against Spur, it's just like, if you had Ahmad in there, it would just give you something.
He was better. He was better when Bruno dropped deeper. He was much better in the second half, but I agree. He's been all of the bitch and not great. At Bosun, a rare big dub. Lots to celebrate at the end of the game. Money Mount and Ahmad changed the game, and it was cruise from there. Euro, Kakas, and Bruno also playing really well, but we cannot start the final with Rasmus and Dogu. I thought, he's super rough around the edges, but I think Dogu's a player. He played that great ball into Garnacho. He gets a lot wrong, but he has so much pace that he just gets himself into dangerous positions. He does the cutbacks well, and we also don't have any other fullbacks, so I don't think you have a lot of options. He's ahead of Amos.
No, he's got the same brain going forward that DeLille has, which is like timing's off. Like, it's like developing pass. It's like, nope, holds it. Like, it makes the wrong call. Like, he's young. He's going to figure it out. He's got all the talent in the world. It's just, like, when DeLille shoots when he should pass one way, goes the other way. I feel like one run it opened up for Garnacho. He played it to Højlund. There's just it's that decision making and timing he has to get right.
And that will come totally. DeLille is like 27. He's 20, but I know exactly what you mean. Decision making.
But getting up and down, nobody can do it better than him. But it's just like that chemistry he needs. That timing that could really just bolster the attack it's not there.
No, it's not. But he's got something. The physicality and the pace. He's made for the EPL. He is. He's a beast. We saw him in person. And
he's a great. But the problem is, sir, you can't, like, this is what I'm trying to articulate, is like, you have to be good at that to play that role as a wingback even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to have that. Like he's crossing it over play. Like it's not a, that's a must have to start. I mean, we're Manchester United to start in that position. You have to have that.
And to be fair, he was signed as a backup to Shaw. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the final. I don't think he's going to play Shaw at wingback. So we're going to see.
He's going to play. He's going to start. He'll start Dogu for sure. But
he should. I think he should. At N Mayba 13, Sirs Europa League final. Ahmad and Mount need to start in the 10s. Game absolutely flipped as soon as they came on. We were outplayed for a lot of both legs, but that doesn't matter now. On to Bilbao, on to the final, lads. It's time. I mean, if you did that, if you just did Casemiro and Bruno in the holding two, and you played fucking Ahmad and Mount, and who cares up front, you'd take it to Spurs. Like, I don't care what you say. They're not that dangerous. Like, I just think you have to go to win, and I'm worried that we're going to kind of go and play soft Sally like we did today, and then have to throw players on and have to, not steal it, but come back. It just feels like it's written in the stars.
No, but Mount starting with Bruno, that hasn't clicked ever. Like, for some reason, when you start Mount and Bruno at the 10s, we started off, I think Ten Hag started off with that, where they were playing together, not in the system, but it just didn't work. So I kind of feel like Mount has to be the super sub because he looks amazing coming on as a sub. And Ahmad is a shout for that wing back role, assuming you. The problem with Ahmad at wing back is you have Lindelof there, right? So if Ahmad's bombing forward, doesn't play defense, then you have Lindelof. It's shaky.
Unless Delit can make it for the final.
Yes, yeah. So you would like somebody else.
You like anybody else. You like anybody else.
Lenny Euro.
Yeah.
But you have to go back on the right. So because Shaw could come in at left center back, you could play Magoo through the middle. And then it's a very interesting question on how you get the best 11 from United out there. And I just, Amorim, I think, will play the same 11 and do the same exact thing. I think that's the most conservative way because he knows he has the adjustments in his locker and then he knows what he's going to get out of the first half from this team.
Let's end. I don't disagree, sir. I think he's going to go with the same 11. Let's end with Randy at Randy Scrandy L. Lads, it's Tottenham. It's coming home. We're somehow going to shithouse the Champions League in the most embarrassing season the club has ever seen. This is why we love the game, right? Up the Reds. By the way, haven't forgotten who wrote off Casemiro. Sir, what a pod. What a pod. What a day. On to the
Every
final.
Manchester United fan wrote off Casemiro. By the way,
let's hear.
For the Casemiro, it's like sell him to Saudi.
We will.
Here's the deal.
We will.
Legendary player, great player. He has fitness problems. Like if he's fit, he's a good player. He was not fit for a long period of time and looked miles off of it. And now he looks fit and he's absolutely a beast. And
ever since
Europa League too. By the way, playing Europa League as you get older, probably more of his speed, right? And so we see him succeed there and struggle in the league.
We have. I think he started to find his form when Ruben Amorim played him deeper. I mean, ever since that Arsenal game that we were at, he had like 10, 11 tackles in that game. So, like you said, one of the greatest players in his position, 5 Champions League winner. I can't wait.
Don't give him an extension. I think that's what I'm saying. Like,
say again?
Don't give him a contract extension.
No. Like, you should use this to foist him in the summer. Like, end on a high, kind of like Varane, and then clap him out.
That'd be absolutely huge.
Talk about highway robbery. That's it, sir. That's the pod. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our YouTube channel at American Red Devils. In addition, you can support our Patreon. It goes a long way to keeping us alive with the lights on. It's been a hell of a season. It's been a tough road, but United never die. So this club is magic, bro. We had the shittiest season imaginable, and somehow we're like living on a dream, riding high, just like. Think about the Lyon comeback. 3 goals, 7.5 minutes, just to like somehow this club.
Sure, let's go to the final. Let's go to the final.
We're even going to the final. The fact that we're going to a final is a fucking miracle. Check out our store, americanreddevils.store. Pick up some merch. Goes a long way. Check out our website, www.americanreddevils.com. And don't forget to write 5-star reviews. Excuse me, on iTunes or Spotify. Send a screenshot to americanreddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world. Let's do some top downloads last 7 days. Appreciate the ARD community. Tough times. Tough times don't last. Tough clubs do. It's been a tough season, but we got something to look forward to for folks going to that final. So our dreams got dashed. We didn't get the lottery. Fucking bummer. But let's get into top downloads last 7 days. Number one, how you doing? Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, Dublin, Ireland, Melbourne, Australia, Brooklyn, New York, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Oslo, Norway, and last but not least, Portland, Oregon. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. We got a final, baby. May 21st. Can't wait. We also have West Ham on the weekend, so we'll have a preview for you shortly. Until then, sir, it's been a pleasure.
Hey, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment below. What do you think of the win? Can we win the Europa League final? That's the question. Or who should we start? I thought there was a lot of good questions on who's going to line up.
Hey, players are going to be fighting for spots. That's what you love to see. We're closing out with what the fans were singing for long parts of the day. Sir, Ruben Amorim, he'll bring the glory days again. We'll see you all next time.
Ruben Amorim, he'll bring the glory days again. We're back from the Stretford End. It's in the restaurant.